Hello, and thank you all for being here today. We would like to begin by acknowledging that we meet here on stolen land. We would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land and waters on which we meet, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. They've always been here and always will be.
What's your name? What's your name? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Tell it to me slowly. I really want to know. It's the time of the season.
When I saw a discussion of ghosts lying beside my bed in Eileen Miles's guest room, I was tempted to steal it. Instead, I hinted for it. And when that didn't work, I whined. Can I have this, Eileen? Please? Eileen said she would. But she lent it. Of course, I hoped to never give it back to her. I opened the book, ravenous with possession. Here's what venerable Master Senior has to discussion. Then drop it. The ghost is in brothers that jump on. Of course. Many ghosts feel shame and embarrassment and envy. It is common for them to be to us. How did I get this way?
Overpowered by acrid snow, fried chips, plastic bag, wafted. Wave. Now perched invisibly on a lap behind me. A scented gravity chicken rainbow. Craig. Aussie has a Mandarin test today, tomorrow as well. The most frequently reread response in my message history is from my mother, reminding me how to write my name in Chinese characters. Oh, Mama, what's my name? What's my name? I'm not going to be ashamed. I don't remember if you read all of Kathy Acker Beyond Blood and Guts when you stayed with me. Our apartment of recommendations, of advocates listening. I know I couldn't even bear Portnoy's complaint. Ha ha! I bet you haven't read it, and I doubt you'd really care. Maybe you would, listening to me talk over a cone of roast chestnuts, shelling, hulling, quaking, biting in Kathy Acker's dead doll's humility. There's a dwindling of spirit, the passage of representation, time, her agency and ability to write is trembled. A question misunderstood by some. All this exchange that's flatlined into dwindling time. Humiliation to humility. The personal interiorization of humiliation is called humility. The artist named Capital. Stop making dolls the ambiguous trap doll of voodoo. And the doll's becoming something embedded with fingernails made of hair. Bitter exchanges and resonations of ownership. Writing like a swan with privilege and majors given important authorship. Important thing is a work Is it really? Is the work really the most important thing? Is it? Is it? Ha 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 ha. I recently re-performed Centaur Classic in France. So I told you about this guy, Pierre. He sat watching with a French cabbage leaf shoo, shoo, on his head. I made a fair amount of cuts of Centaur Classic, flatlining, trying to exorcise it of that particular context. I think it was okay, but Pierre was pretty stumped by the content, as I had introduced it as, if nothing else, hopefully funny. And he wasn't sure if he found it funny. Language collapse, diamond crash, pyramids toppled, truck into tollgate. No, just me crushed, shriveled leaf, don't breathe too hard. Did you find it funny? Alpha Centaurus, a bow drawn back. Shoot, 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 just shoot me. Mostly funny to me to try and stand on the same ground as the end of 2014. Funny, ha, ha, right, ha, ha, right. And I stick or stand by something even if I think the thought should be developed more. How responsible am I for the violence in the way I coin phrases together? All that survives of Heraclitus' writings, a fragment. And one is something about never stepping in the same river twice, the same sea twice, sea, sinking. Uncertain of whether I still stood on the same ground, I'm working now on a thing called Copernican coining, which I'm trying to write with you in mind, Craig. Craig, 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 Craig. It should be a comedy, or unbearably light. A space opera. A draft in space, an actual draft, a breeze. Stephen Connor, who also writes interestingly on ventriloquism, writes about the Victorian beliefs in the vitalizing effects of air. The Victorian century, he conjures, is one of the upper class, those with coal and coddled, stuffy rooms and laced bodies. Not the cold and ragged street bodies. No, just look at my binary jump. It's only kindling. There's a phrase going south for health. I read a lot of history things about breezes. The most important place I landed was still about ghosts, like unexplainable forces, the lack of breeze, how suffocating it is, the wind coming from nowhere. I think I liked Kristen Stewart in Personal Shopper. Did you? Have you seen it? It's a bad question, I know, but did you like it? I think I like Kristen Stewart in it. In Personal Shopper. Did you? That's a bad question, I know. But the Chanel looks so good in it. She's good. I like that preceding film about aging and acting, the clouds, Dodie Bellamy notes about Kathy Acker, that possession is 9/10 of the wardrobe. And Questionable Shopper is definitely funny. I just want to know, what you think you thought. I like your thoughts on films. I miss your thoughts. You are what makes me or like me in relation to you, And bracketing all this, I think I'm against finality still. Sinking, stirring motion.
He keeps writing to me about Coco, the oldest sloth in Europe who has fallen from a tree. He says the same sloths live usually 15 years in general, and Coco the sloth is already 43, which makes him the oldest in Europe and one of the oldest in the world.
Gravity! Fuck gravity! Fuck gravity! Signolopedia about the world and solace liberty and oils that are drilled into the earth. Then there was for the oil to liberate itself. There's a mention of trying to see the drilled oils of the earth. The light of H.P. Lovecraft, land infested with worms and wormholes, were sent to be freed. The core of Earth had video of you, worms swimming with water, different gravity. And then you eating worms with worms and sewers? Yes. Yes, it's good. How much does it cost? Rubbing behind say, I took a trip to town with his child.
The light flaring across my eyes, pierced, glanced. Leon, I perused the museum of Beaux-Arts, right past the coin section. Le coin means the corner in French. I moved to Brussels and studied French for months. I should know.
I ran across the plaza Azimut, and my backpack, a French antique from the Victorian era, snapped off. The latch, stop, crack, that. Ow! Ow! What if on du flux?
What if wormhole infested fondue? Oil slick, oil slick.
Parlez-vous? Je ne sais pas.
Pigeons don't fly in formation. Pigeons not allowed on certain surfaces. Spikes, slip shod on windowsills. No perches, no shits. Shish kebabs.
I see it. I see it.
Roundabouts. Punctuation. Funny. How forever feels now. Funny how forever feels now. Funny how forever feels now. Out of circulation. Le coin. Le coin. Le coin. Chocolat. Coin.
Folding down the foil edge. Round, compound, chocolate. Grubby hands smelling of sweat. And still, why is it falling? The light! Why is it falling?
I'm sending this to you. Thinking about the existing novel. The form of love, the domain of the writing woman, so they say. It took me years to learn that Chris Krause's book, I Love Dick, was to be read in this gendered tradition. Writing of letters, male. Who's carrying it across? Coastal travel, airmail, seamail, email, fiber octaves, fiber optics, running coast to coast. The cloud always in the ish sight. A sick to read. Trapped man. Shivers. Oh, shivers.
Hi. I'm late with this email. Having fallen asleep at my desk last night without having pushed send on an email. I went to sleep when I woke up and thought I could write this. Where I am now, back at home after a day of writing, I'm living without Wi-Fi or a steady internet connection, working on quite a few things at once, but in a nice way. Currently eating hazelnut pralines. Hey, that's what I mean by working on a few things at once, right? I'm in cycles of being uncertain of what my body is, eating like shit, eating shit, like scoffing from a sphincter. Hey, I'm just pretty unsure about how to really take care of myself as opposed to treating myself. Rings, commitments, perfumes. In a text called The Philosophical Code, Dennis Cooper's Pacific Rim. Avatar Renal writes about Dennis Cooper as using the anus as a place for writing, for inscription, with a stylus, tongue, probe, revealing a total ordinariness, intervention and marking the stains, the hand, the tongue, probe, the excremental structure of all writing. I accept this. An echo, a stain. So I think a bit about the anus also as a writing scribe, as talking shit itself, skid marks, tracks, screeching to a halt, thick pillowing lips, pursed, people looking at you, thinking that you should loosen up. What did they know about how I feel? The Pacific Ring? The Pacific Rim of fire? Honing, washing. Georges D. Huberman coins the phrase, the fantasy of referentiality. He's writing about the Turin Shroud, stains which tell us nothing in themselves about their origins, but which as indices demand to be retraced to the act that has established them. Seeing God, or the image of Jesus in the folds, the stain. What is it that they're choosing to glean from the image? I am an image, I think. The stain-born, gaining emotional value, the commodity stripped of its material value, the relic, the death shroud, lacing around the edges, skidding marks, tracks, scars. Cohen Young's works from the last few years, these studies for a mirror, silver nitrate applied fixed wash on layers of marble dust, gesso, etc. Large dimensional reflective surfaces. Finding yourself light, falling, changing surfaces. His studio might be a nice place for this performance Ivan's working on called Copernican coining, co. Ivan insisting on breezes and drafts, a space opera, running away from women out of space, the blaze, the images there, Sandra Bullock, Sigourney Weaver, constellations, the gravity of constellations, strength. Seeing.
What do I see when I look at the sea? What am I seeing? A reflection of stars, old light, old film light, dogs, puffy dogs, puffed pastry, shrouding little sausages, and me, us, we. Then, watching a dog narrate a recipe with the chef is preparing.
That's Francis. The food from Cooking with Dogs.
It's funny how
Francis has a male-gendered voice subbed over his toy poodle body. The voice of the producer when he passes away in late 2016. Production of this popular video channel, Cooking with Dog, continues. A plush toy replacing his perch as she, chef, continues to cook. This woman's work. Cooking with dog. Cooking with dog. Cooking with dog. Puffy. Puffy, puffy dog. Puffy dog. Francis, the living dog. An ambassador for culture. Fantasy of referentiality. Living toy poodle. Images preaching recipes. Dead toy poodle absent from screen. Replaced by toy poodle. Is the rest there? Are you with me? Cooking with dog. Cooking with dog. With dog. With recipe. It's the time.
Forever feels now.